isn't it funny how a game like, say, Codenames just took off, went off into the sky, went stratospheric. In fact, Codenames has got so many kind of variations, then you can see why people would be interested in trying to potentially kind of capture lightning in a bottle. And Cross Clues is definitely, there's no denying through any way, shape or form that this is not a game that's trying to, another word game that is trying to kind of capture on that kind of word association thing. And in some ways it works, and in some ways it doesn't kind of work that well. And it comes down to one simple thing and one core difference, and I hate to compare it with Codenames because Codenames is, let's face it, Codenames set the bar when it came to these games. Everybody remembers literally the first time they played Codenames. Everybody remembers the fact that they were giving a one-word clue and then they were saying, like, you know, potato 3, or, you know, they're going absolutely crazy out and going, you know, silicon 6, and everybody was like going, you know, just loving it. And so I can see kind of why this kind of word association thing is a good thing. The thing with Codenames though was you were just dealing with the one kind of word association. And I'm trying to explain myself here. I'm not doing a very, very good job, but you were literally saying, okay, this one word will potentially tie up with 4 or 5 of these different kind of things. And then people either got it or they didn't get it. The thing with cross clues is that there's a lot of repetition in the words. And what I mean by that is, if you're dealing with, say, like an E5 grid, which is 5 by 5, then you're going to be repeating the same word and tying it together potentially like 5 times. And that's where it can kind of come unstuck. Because if I just read down one of the columns, okay, and we can just kind of go through it, okay, cow train, could that be grid? Could that be track? Bell? But then you've got that, but then you've got to do cow dessert. Milkshake? Cow queen? Now it's getting a bit more trickier. Cow time? Then it's cow airport. It's frustrating because I don't know if it's trying to be different enough from Codenames, but still kind of capture that lightning in a bottle type thing. And I think it's just gone that extra stage where Codenames was brilliant because for some reason people were able to kind of tie things together with the most ridiculous words, but they were in kind of complete control of which words they were kind of tying together. Whereas in cross clues, you're not in control of which words you're tying together, so you can end up more often than not, it's down to the complete luck of the cards that you're drawing, and that decides on the game. Whereas Codenames was always down to basically people knowing where they were going or what they were trying to target. And there's this extra kind of, if I pick one here, E1, which is airport cow. I can't think of it, you know, I don't know. I can't think of a word that ties that together. My other issue with cross clues is there's no way of really going back and kind of revisiting the clues that you kind of missed out. You know, in other games when you fail to get a clue, sometimes something would come back later and there would be this eureka moment where you all of a sudden realise that that clue is actually this, this and this. So you would get this weird thing where somebody would go, okay, jungle, two, and then somebody would go, well, I know it's this one and it's this one, but I also know from the last clue that you give me, because I figured it out, that it's this one, it's that. And that just isn't here. I hate ragging on things, I'll be honest with you, because I had such high expectations, because as far as a concept, it kind of works. As far as a gameplay thing, it kind of doesn't. It just doesn't, because there's too many kind of game defining rules. And one of the things about Codenames was that the rules in the game was kind of defined by the players as it kind of went. And depending on who you were playing as or playing with, then that would define the type of game that you have. The rules in here are defined too much by the game, which means that if people... I've never knowingly known anybody who has had a bad time at Codenames, because it was based around them, and it was based around their knowledge, and it was based around their individual thought processes. And the issue with this is that there's too many things that are being defined by the game, so you're lacking that kind of flexibility, which means that it kind of leads to frustration, and frustration leads to a lack of fun. So I can see what it was trying to do, but it's really, really difficult if there was that other game in the room for me to recommend Cross Clues over that game, because it's just not as easy to have a laugh with. And that's really important, considering I would have this as a kind of an entry level, casual type, fun times, filler type of game. And I think you would walk away kind of not feeling that you won, because you were feeling that you won, that you got lucky an awful lot of the time. And that's not great. So I'm sorry, but I bounced off it. I'm really sorry for that. And hopefully, I mean, you play it and you'll have a fantastic time, and you can come up with some clues. But for me, Cross Clues was just kind of missed the mark. Sad face. Sad face. So that's Cross Clues, Blue Orange Games. My name's Richard. This is Rare. We're not wizards. Thank you for watching. If you played Cross Clues and I'm wrong, then put a comment below. If you played Cross Clues and I'm right, put a comment below in some kind of coded form, because that'd be cool. But until the next time, goodbye.